What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. Today I'm going to do WTF Wednesday review. For those of you who may be new to the channel, WTF Wednesday is a one day a week when I showcase a beer I normally wouldn't. Sometimes this means I do stuff from the big boys, Bud, Miller, and Coors. Sometimes I try strange offerings from microbreweries. And then other times I've been doing some international flair, checking out the beers of the world. Now, the beer I have today falls into the second category. This would be the stranger brew varieties from microbreweries. So this one is called Seedless Watermelon Gose, and this is from East End Brewing Company out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So this was a gift from the Ginger Yeti. So before we begin, thanks, my brother. I appreciate the beer. And if you don't follow his channel, check it out. I'll throw the logo up here so you can see it if you look him up, and there'll be a link in the description down below. Now, the Yeti has purchased this beer because he knows that I hate watermelons. But as I dislike watermelon, it seems like an appropriate beer for WTF Wednesday. See if we got any more information on this can. Just says, buy a good friend a good beer. East End Brewing, Pittsburgh. Watermelon Gose Ale. That's about it. 4.1% ABV, which is pretty light. And again, I'm guessing this is supposed to be more of a summer kind of beer with the watermelon, the lower ABV. And it Gose should have a nice little salty finish at the end, and I'm kind of hoping this delivers. Now, again, I said I don't really mess with watermelon, but I do know people have salted watermelon, so maybe this would be a natural pairing for a Gose if it does have the salty finish like I'm hoping it does. Otherwise, not a whole lot to go on. Untappd, 3.71. Beer Advocate was an NA. Now, the color is quite clear, yellow, obviously. I didn't know if it was going to be red or pinkish because of the watermelon, but guess not. The bubbles on the top, the head is really interesting looking. The bubbles are tiny, fine bubbles at the top. It looks like 1 trillion of them. Pretty neat. Now, Goses usually don't have a really big head on them, so I guess not surprising there. Let's take a look at our chart. Brew HQ SRM. This is pretty light in color. Definitely cloudy or hazy. I can't see through it. There's a ton of carbonation, and it looks like a couple of little floaters down the bottom. I'm guessing pieces of watermelon. If I'm using this chart here, this is maybe a 3 straw. Very cloudy head. It had a thin white head that dissipated rather quickly. Even now that it's gone, I can see a million little tiny bubbles. It's a very unique looking head. All right. Let's give it a sniff. Watermelon and a slight bit of funk. It's not Bismarcky funky, but you get a little bit of something on the nose. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Thanks, Yeti. Appreciate it. Body is quite light. Now, I said the nose wasn't proper funky, and I don't think it was. You picked up a little bit of ooh, crap. Oh my God. Look at that now. Jesus, I used this analogy before. It now looks like the toilet from Train Spotting. There's all kinds of floaters in there. Ooh, maybe I should have left that in the can. The nose isn't super funky, but the taste is. The other thing I like, it's not a super strong artificial watermelon taste. There's nothing I hate more than that, like watermelon Jolly Ranchers or something like that cloyingly sweet artificial watermelon taste I despise. This is not that. This is kind of like a light dialed down watermelon taste. You get a fair amount of funkiness in there. So, usually I argue about that bitter or tart kind of thing. Or sour or tart, rather. I would say this is on the border. This might cross in the proper Bismarcky Funkyville. Yeah, I'm going to give it a biz. I think it does. It's funky. Then at the end, and this is what I'm kind of looking for, is that saltiness. You definitely get watermelon. You definitely get a little bit of nice sourness to it. And you definitely get some saltiness. But this is, I'm having a hard time kind of discerning where I pick up the saltiness. Because I think you get hit with the sour right up front, and you're doing that lip pucker thing. But then I definitely pick up the saltiness there that you should get in a Gose. So I think that they hit this. Now, As I'm not a huge watermelon guy, I would have probably preferred this. I mean, I don't know if they do other versions of this with other fruits. Most breweries do. If you do Goses or fruit sours, usually you'll kind of do a couple different versions with different fruits. If this was blackberry or something like that, I'd probably absolutely love it. Being that it's watermelon, I like it a little bit less just because I'm not a fan of watermelon, but I think this is as described. This is exactly what it's supposed to be. So, you know, I think for me at least, Seedless Watermelon Gose, East End Brewing, you get a thumbs up. This is what it's supposed to be, and it's pretty decent. Now, I don't know how much he paid for this. I don't know if he picked it. Usually if they're Pittsburgh beers, he visits Pittsburgh and picks up 4-packs, so I don't know how much they cost individually. If he bought it locally, it'll have the sticker on it, so I have no idea what these cost, but I'm guessing maybe they're 4-packs, 6-packs, you know, probably not anything too crazy. I mean, it's not like it's like the West Veterans we had to fly in or something. I would say for the price of these, probably pretty decent value. Now, would I want 4 of these? Probably not, just because it's watermelon. But if it was a nice warm day, you wanted to change a pace beer, this would fit the bill perfectly. So I like it, gave it a thumbs up. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. I'm inching my way towards 1,000 subs. I'm at like 950 and change. So every sub counts. I appreciate it if you could do that. And if you had any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had Seedless Watermelon Gose from East End Brewing? If so, let me know what you think about it down below. Or if you had some other beers from them. I'm trying to think. I think Anderson had bought some others before from this brewery, but they don't jump out. I don't remember which ones they were. So maybe we'll revisit some other beers from these guys. Hey, till next time. Cheers.